Welcome back to match number 2 of HGC Korea, where MVP Black seems dominant. So powerful. Rich is crazy, and I lost my voice.
Rich is a god. Rich is absolutely a god. And something we really need to think about is MVP Black, for the entirety of their history, has been absolutely dominant when playing against lower tier teams, but have they ever looked this dominant 2 games in a row? I think this is new for even MVP Black.
Well, I gotta say, this is very unusual for Black to actually pick Dragonshire, though. Let's go into just ignoring what you said. Sorry,
yeah,
totally ignore what you said and going into Battleground. Game 3, we're going to Dragonshire, and oftentimes they actually picked Sky Temple very, very often to snowball that into the end of the series. But this time, maybe they want to show something creative coming out for MVP Black, as RRR is just having a toughest time in their lives right now.
Yeah, and I also wanted to talk about the map for a second, because MVP Black has not lost a single game on Dragonshire in Korea this year. They are 10 wins out of 10 games. So definitely they will be going into this match, this game, with a lot of confidence, as if they needed any more of that, but still.
Yes. And I like this first ban from RRR. And taking away Aureo, I think this is a...
Cho'Gall?
No,
Sorry.
I didn't go that far
Okay.
yet.
Okay.
We have to look at the draft a little bit more, but this is a lot of commitment actually used to ban Tassadar and also to take away Aureo.
Definitely.
I thought just banning Tassadar was enough to take away the Vala, limiting that source of shield, and they have been okay at focusing firing and all the CCs coming in with the CCs. I think without Tassadar, they could have got lots of kills. But of course, with game number 1 and 2, Tassadar was just so powerful for Black. But even Aureo, I wonder what they're thinking right now.
To be honest, they can still do the same thing. They could just pick Vala here and pair her up with other things, but instead we get to see Rich's Illidan.
Guys,
7-minute game?
if you do not have your seatbelts on, please put your seatbelts on, because you will need it. This is going to be a very bumpy rollercoaster ride. And that's Uther.
Kong's expression says it all. He's sick and tired of dealing with these drafts.
Well,
but we're happy.
But it's Dragonshire, so if RRR takes lots of globals, like I don't think Falstad will be very weak against Illidan's, the Hunt especially. So I think the Haka, taking away the Haka in this rotations and really hiding their DPS until the later pickup rotations, I think that's the way to go right now for RRR to really outdraft MVP Black with having the first pick.
We can pretend it's 2016. Then Kong would pick Zagara, because Zagara used to be really powerful on Dragonshire, but unfortunately Zagara can't go away against Illidan anymore.
Arthur's Cassia, very nice counters to Illidan. And picking that before the ban phase, I think that's a very smart choice. Bringing up 1 DPS, also a solid choice. I think maybe this time they're not really considering bringing in Greymane, which they have been focusing, I'd say, almost a little bit too much, when there are not really too much of a tanky heroes on the other side. Often Stitches sometimes, but Stitches didn't even stay in the front line. It was always Rich on the front line.
So definitely good picks on the side of RRR. Definitely shows that their minds are still very much in this game. They're not just picking random things. They definitely want to win this. And if we didn't have these 2 team names on the top of the screen, then we would definitely think that the left side has the better things going on for them in this draft. But simply because it's MVP Black, we are not so sure.
Oh, and limiting Zeratul there.
Interesting.
Making sure that they will win every single team fight. They don't want to even lose one single team fight because of the Void Bridge and the potential of turning things around. Oh my.
I find it really interesting that RR decided to second ban Abathur, because even a lot of professional players think that Abathur on Dragonshire is not a very good pick, whereas I believe that it's absolutely massive. It can definitely work under the right circumstances. So cute little anecdote from Hero League. I picked Dragonshire Abathur. I think in the second rotation of a Hero League game that I had with Tempest's head putty, and he called me a troll, and he was very mad.
Oh
but
my!
I think we won that game. So
H82 can be toxic sometimes. I saw his streams too.
Yeah, so like Dragonshire Abathur is a thing, guys, and RR didn't throw away a ban. It's a very much a thing, and Kyocha is a massively good Abathur player, and he will have transferred skills to Saki.
Of course, and Rich on Illidan, you don't want him to be having that Avatar hat on himself. Even without the hat, he's scary. But of course, this is a global map with the rotations. Sake seems like Sake will be on Falstad. Having those globals against the RRR, I think Dehaka right now is almost the must pick to have to go against the globals of Falstad, and also have that drag onto Illidan, which helps immensely when they're focusing targets.
So Lyric with the Entomb will definitely be really nice for picking off either Ariel or Cassio or practically anyone really. Even Arthas can't get out of that Entomb, so definitely good address there. And Lyric can solo lane extremely well against Arthas, so if they want to rotate Rich to a different lane, that works too. And as you said, 2 globals on the side of MVP Black right now with the Hunt and Falstad. Right. So I don't know, like the expectable response would be the Hawkeye, as you said, but having 1 global against 2 globals, do you really want to do that? Because you're going to still lose, and that's their way of thinking. They decide to just all in on the team fights.
Leaving against an Illidan. Maybe we'll see a Q leaving coming in, which we did see a few times against the shifty Illidan coming out, because it's very hard to land on your skill shots.
And EZZ's Li Ming is good enough to turn a few team fights around by herself.
Here comes Jaina without crazy moving. I wonder who's going to be, I guess Reset would be the perfect answer. But I don't think I have ever seen Reset play Jaina, especially not in this phase, of course. Which draft do you like better?
To be honest, like even without the team tags on the top of the screen, I would slightly prefer MVP Black's draft simply because I really like the Lyric as an answer to most of the things that RR picked up. Yeah. But it's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, that's right. As we go into Dragonshire, seems like Black is taking a different approach this time. Let's see if RRR can make a comeback against MVP Black in game number 3, Dragonshire. In blue, RRR, Odok on Cassia, MSG on Anubarak, EZZ on Li Ming, Kong on Arthas, and take a look on Ariel.
And on the side of MVP Black, Reset on Jaina, Sake on Falstad, Kyocha on Uther, Rich on Illidan, and TT on Lyric.
As expected, but Reset on Jaina. I wonder he's got that moves coming out. He maybe learned from crazy moving, who knows?
Saki used to be a very good Jaina back in the day, and let's see if Reset can play it equally well. I'm really interested to see how MVP Black is going to assign their lanes. So far no one is moving, but soon they will.
Right, lots of blinds and Root coming out, but Rich is already doing tons of damage to multiple targets on the side. Tist, of course, soaking in lots of damage. Reset did some pokes from the side, but not too much.
Ooh, Illidan and Falstad going on for the pincer on Kong and attempting to cut him off. Kong will probably not die, as he does not, but he will be forced to drink from the well, and that's pretty big when it comes to early laning.
That's right, and not having your fountain for a long time, and you're against Illidan, and it seems to be Rich is already pushing for that tower. You can't really see on the camera, but from the minimap, I can see that happening right now.
Yeah, and again, really intelligent, experienced play coming out from Sake. We have highlighted this before. I mean, if you think about it for a second, and when it happens on screen, it seems like such an obvious idea, but very often it's not.
Here's getting body block. Will be first kill, I was about to say, but never mind. With that burst healing and the armor seems to be enough. I think they thought they got a kill already and just stopped doing damage, or
Yeah, they failed to commit at the very last second, but that's how strong armor can be.
Yep, that's the power of Uther, but this seems to be a kill for sure.
Yeah, they won't make the same mistake this time. They're not going to turn their backs. But huge amounts of damage going on to the structures in the top fort, and a lot of people underestimate how important the front gate of the top fort on Dragon Shard can be, but destroying that is absolutely huge. In fact, a lot of professional players just say that it doesn't matter what you do with the shrine, it doesn't matter if you get a solo kill or not, if you manage to take down the outer walls of the top fort, you already won your lane.
And here comes Sake from the other side. EZZ cannot escape at all.
And this is shaping up to be another quick win for MVP Black, but let's see if RR has what it takes to turn it around.
And Jaina not going for the Q build, going for the deep chill. Yes, they'll be looking for more slows. I think it's because lots of their heroes on the other side, Arthas, Cassia, Ariel, they don't have an escape. I think they want more slows coming in from Jaina. Of course, Jaina will do burst damage, but right now it seems to be they're using Jaina for lots of the slows coming in, and when the Entomb happens, Ring of Frost will land on 100%.
Definitely. I wish I could say something more informed about the Jaina talents, but since no one, even in Hero League, plays Jaina in Korea anymore,
barely ever.
Yeah, your analysis is the best that we're going to get in this game, and MVP Black, almost a full level ahead.
Yeah, that's right. They've been out-soaking, especially the top. I think they're about to bring that fort down to Arthur's. If you can't really stay too much, okay, didn't really do too much. 1/3 of the HP is gone, and with Sake and Rich pushing this lane, Kong cannot do too much.
This is an absolutely terrible place for RR to be in, and the problem is that with the global on MVP Black's side, there is little they can do to rotate him out the map. Take a look, will probably be going down as well. Takes only 1-2, yes.
Final shots from Sake was enough, and really making a fast rotation. Just having the early lead and also the map awareness seems to be a lot better for Black. And Kong, well, we've called lots of times that Arthas was a big counter to Illidan, but it doesn't look like it on screen right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's up a talent, he's up 2 levels, and he got so much assistance throughout the early game from Falstad that it will be disingenuous to say that Rich won the lane on his own by virtue of his mechanical skills.
That's right.
Yeah.
Sake is also coming for the burst damage, I mean, and there's the kill at the very end.
Will they at least get Kyocha? No.
Not this time again, and Reset being super aggressive. Does have the mana. EZZ is getting zoned out from all the Blizzard damage too.
And the Dragon Knight, still 25 seconds on it left, and still almost half of its health.
This has been pushing this mid lane, mid fort, I should say, by himself this entire time. The blinds from Odok has been helping, especially against Illidan when there was a big team fight, especially at the very beginning, the level 1 fight.
But aside from that, it hasn't been
there's
doing
the hunt,
much.
it's the hunt, and the Divine Shield now this time onto EZZ.
So clean, so
clean. That was well used. And there's a Gus saying, no way you get home.
That was absolutely fantastic.
Ooh, they will barely.
Wow!
Oh, that's the Uther Beam. What we call it. It's a big Korean meme, Uther Beam. If you get hit by a Uther Beam, you will be sucked into the Heroes of the Storm. That's what Korean meme says.
As should every Blizzard hero be.
Well, let's see. There was a kill on Kyocha. Nice pickup, and that's the second fort going down. Seems like the middle fort is also pretty low too.
So MVP Black are 3 levels ahead. RR still have a long way to go until they get access to their heroics, and virtually all of the camps on the map are up. So MVP Black can take a breather while they roll 3 camps.
And here we go. We've started the macro from the very beginning with the top lane push, really pressuring hard onto Arthas, which was a big counter to Illidan. Now Illidan is just solo camping, as you see lots of times in Hero League, and Sake, the one known in Falstad play. Anubarak seems to be spotting him, but actually catches him off guard. Barely survives with the... Oh, he's full health still.
Well, still he barely survived.
But
he
if you get called for
Rich.
one more second
yeah.
against Illidan, against Rich's Illidan and Sake's Falstad, you will be dead.
Bad things will happen.
3 level ahead already.
And now they're going to get access to their level 13 talents. This is an absolute stomp, but Rrr has a chance to turn this around once they get access to their heroics, and they will definitely be looking to do that. But
Water Elemental from Jaina! I have never seen this in pro play! I think I really gushed onto the other side. Actually, great team fighting coming up from RRR with Lightning Bolt doing so much damage too. They still have Cocoon available.
Gyocha might fall.
And Gyocha's coming in for the safety. Actually didn't even have to use the Cocoon there.
So, as we said, still a slight chance of RRR inching their way back into the game once they get access to their heroics, but was it really smart execution from RRR, or was it sloppy positioning from MVP? Now this was really sloppy positioning from MVP.
Yes, this...
Perfect chain. Easy Z on point with the skill shots as usual.
Yes, insta blow up. That's a kill for sure, but I believe Falstad... No, I believe Falstad do not have the flight available, so even better for RRR. Maybe this is the time they can catch up in the rotations. They already got the top shrine, and if they make a big push on to release the pressure also.
Uh-oh.
But as I'm speaking, the body block is real. It seems like MSG has no idea that empty entomb is the word that I'm going to put it this way. And Odok seems like that's not even needed. They're bringing the burst damage. Rich is doing tons, so Gyocha gets very low. Uther is taken off, gets healed by Uther, dead. So, but Rich will barely survive there too.
That ball lightning got some massive value, and Leeming maybe could have done more with the resets, but RRR will be very happy to alleviate the pressure that was being put on them. But the issue is that they don't have any globals to head over to the bottom shrine, and MVP Black will still maintain control of the map in general.
I gotta say that into missed big.
Yeah.
I think picking Water Elemental over Ring of Frost may cost them a lot in this game, as RRR seems to be they're coming back into the game. They're trying to isolate with the Gust, but take a look, will safely join the team.
Oh, and this is a really nice Cocoon.
Nice Cocoon, and Uther is coming. I don't think it's happening at all. And there's a Divine Shield used. They're gonna commit all the way in. They will not get the kills though.
And Reset gets picked off. He's definitely going to die, isn't he?
Actually jukes the...
What? No!
And Tisk comes in from the other side, drains the HP of Kong, and that's gonna be a kill. And Entombs though, Cassia is alone, and Rich comes in for the kill.
Oh.
That's how you turn things around.
Fantastic Entomb, and such a shame that, well, it was a good series of jukes from Reset, but slight mechanical blunders coming out from RRR turn the team fight on its.
Yeah, that was very nice. Crazy moving, I would say, coming out from Reset as he is playing on Jaina. And that's going to be another Dragon Knight going for Black. Entire talent lead of 3 levels ahead.
This
but
is a level 16 Dragon Knight.
They can have it. Dragon Knight, ignore the Dragon Knight, make this into a 3v5 fight with the Cocoon. They can do it, but they're bursting down the Dragon Knight for now.
But the
they will lose the keep
down.
anyhow. And
will they chase?
They are onto the chase move now, and there's the root misses. Actually, Kong takes so much damage from the burst damage unreal from Jaina, and that's gonna be the second kill. Now Rich is on fire, taking a kill onto EZZ. It will be a matter of seconds. Entomb perfectly used both at the ball of lightning, actually doing tons of damage, and Rich is blinded, but this will be close to a team fight regardless.
Rich survives, and this could be a core. EZZ still has a good amount of mana left, so maybe she can pull off a brilliant play, but it's Rich
but
we're talking about.
But this longer this goes, Uther will heal them back. There's the Divine Shield. That's gonna be a game. That's gonna be the end of the series. Rich will get another kill.
GG!
That's GG! Going to MVP Black. And a 3-0 victory. As lots of people predicted, it was going to be a very one-sided series for sure. But it was very exciting to see RRR actually coming back into the game, using the Cocoon. Sometimes their teamwork was great overall, but they were just up against a very strong team, mechanically challenging.
So definitely some glimpses of brilliance coming sporadically from RR, but overall RR failed to take a map, and MVP Black looked much more dominant than usual despite RR trying to put up a decent fight. So what does that tell us about the state of the Korean HGC? Does it mean that MVP Black are so far ahead, or does it mean that RR are so far behind? To be honest, with some of the plays that RR came up with, I think it's fair to say that it's just MVP Black being that far ahead.
Yeah, I think you summed it up pretty well there. And MVP Black, of course, a stronger team, and I'm just glad that we did not see a Twin Blade. I think I am set today, and that's what I'll take from today's cast. And we saw lots of Colossus Smash, and Rich's variant was scary, and I don't want to be in the laning phase against him, especially against his variant.
Yeah, I also wanted to compliment Kyocha's Uther play overall because, you know, a lot of pressure goes on when you're the successor to Meride, who was the best traditional support in the world for so many months, even years. And he hasn't played a lot of Uther until now. He played only one game of Uther in the Korean HGC, but today his plays were absolutely excellent.
Yeah, lots of times it was Ariel or Malfurion too. So, but he's stepping in really as filling in the hole. I think he's done it. I think he's doing a very good job as this new support of the team. And Rich, of course, coming into the team is a very good addition. I think they've got some time to mash things in. And we even saw lots of crazy level 10 heroic abilities coming out for MVP Black. But for RRR, what to take from tonight's match is just not be down onto later matches of the phase. I think they still have a very good chance. They practice very hard from what I know too, and coming up with the new strategies. And today they were stuck in the old strategy. They kept their old strategy, tried to have their best against a very strong team. But later on, maybe bringing some experimenting against the later teams they're gonna face and try to work their way up. And this is only their first season.
So a lot of positive takeaways for RRR. Meanwhile, who do you think will be the MVP for MVP Black?
Oh,
Rich? But they had Rich.
Rich was on the desk, so I think it's about time for Sake to step in.
Maybe Sake or Kyocha?
I think
probably Sake, right?
I think it's about time we see Sake on the desk. He's his false stat, of course. The walls, as we mentioned about, it was very perfectly done, and not just because we had other members up on the interview desk. His play was indeed very, very solid tonight, with the Gust coming in for the global. Of course, he got caught once, but of course, as a false stat, that does happen sometimes.
Yeah, like we sing about him a bit too often to call him an unsung hero, but he definitely is a huge part of why MVP Black has always been so solid and so methodical. Basically, he and Kyocha has always been the team's two pillars, essentially.
Yeah, I was actually thinking of the pillars at the same time, but they're really, really flexible. Like, Kyocha even filled in for the support role now. Sake can always bring in his global, and with the false stat, Tastar, lots of gray mains, so he can do damage, global, and also support in a way. So this is the team that has a lot of flexibility into the drafting too. I think they're helping a lot into the draft too. But that was a dominant series indeed. But when they have to face later the stronger teams, Mighty, Tempest, I think that will be the real challenge. But before, let's go into the interview and find out who we have on the Korean desk.
지원가로 다시 태어났다. 새로운 인생을 살고 있는 교차. 아, 오늘 축하드려요.
Boss Kyocha on the desk. Now he's the new support.
지원가의 아버지라고 할 수 있는 정우사 해설위원이
And
교차
now
선수의 그 플레이를
Uther
보고
Jung is actually on the other side, the father of all supports from Korea.
칭찬하는 분 아니거든요.
예,
He never gives compliments too much, but he was complimenting you
오늘
tonight.
플레이를 보니까 정말 군더더기 없고
But your plays
정말
very
최고인데
crisp.
이런 느낌이 들더라고요.
Nothing to criticize from your play tonight.
잘한다는 얘기 보냈거든요. 개인적으로
He was saying all the good stuff about you.
저는 그것보다는 오히려 정우서 해설위원분이나 이제 다른 일 하고 있는 태준이
I think rather than
다른
that,
사람들이 너무 존경스러워요 지금.
I really,
어떤 부분에 있어가지고.
I really honor Uther on the other side, and also Mary Day.
정말 쉽지 않은 일이라는 거를.
And I'm learning that support is not an easy role,
이제 여기저기서 들려오는 이 갈굼들을 버티거나.
and it's very hard to actually take in all the criticism from everywhere else.
정말 존경스러워요.
제일 듣기 싫은 소리가 그거죠.
Props to you guys.
그것도 있죠. 일단 죽었을 때 일단 제 쪽에서 포커싱이 좀 쏠리니까
네.
팀원들이.
Of course, the focusing is oftentimes on me, so all our teammates sometimes
팀원이 죽으면
이게 보통 이래요.
have saws
탭부터
right
눌러가지고
after.
지원과 궁극기 있나?
아 맞아요.
그냥 당당하게 얘기하세요. 네가 받으러 오야 될 거 아니야. 그래서
그러니까요.
You can also
당당함이
say it.
필요합니다.
Just
네,
you're the one
좀
supposed to
센
come
모습을
into
보여드리는
my
거니까.
range, so I can save you.
살림 다 하잖아요, 지원가로.
그렇죠.
그렇게 한데
Not my,
그런
not
팀게임하는 시대는
for
좀
me
간것
to blame
같아요.
actually.
그냥 다 보듬으면서 하는 거죠.
보듬으면서 그리고
참으면서 하는
I'm
거죠.
just taking care of the team and just making things work
내가
here.
예전에 나였을 큐레이서로 그냥 다른 수 있는데.
And your Curacer, Kyocha Tracer was you're wiping off the map, but
그 부분 보고 나서
of course now Rich is stepping in.
잘해주고 그래서 좋았습니까?
그냥 가만히 있어도 이기던데.
I was just standing still and we won.
교래 있어라. 약간 교래 있어가 이거 같은데.
Compare Rich's Tracer to your
재원이가
Tracer.
지금은 훨씬 더 잘하는 것 같아요.
I think Rich is
그냥 안
a
하시고
lot better.
오래돼가지고.
Because I don't think I'm the best.
그냥 기어다녀요.
예.
I was just there and we won.
뭐 마음 편하게 이제 힘만 넣어주고 그러면 이길 수 있다라는
네.
그 자신감을 좀 얻었을 텐데 많은 분들이 이번에 MVP 블랙의 리빌딩이 정말 잘 됐고 세계 최강의 팀으로 거듭날 수 있다라는 이야기를 좀 해주고 있거든요. 그 부분에 있어서는 좀 어떻게 생각하세요?
지금 다 자기 포지션에서
How do you think of the new
잘하고 있는
roster
것 같고
coming in?
저만 아직 약간 적응이
think
잘
our
안 되는데
New roster
확실히
roles.
힐러 안 한 사람이 하면은 차이가 심하거든요.
It's just me just filling in the
처음
support.
연습할
It's
때
really hard
고생
for me to
심해가지고
become a support from
좀
lots
잘하면
of
될것 같아요.
from another role. It's really hard to become a healer of the team.
빠지면서 좀 안정감이 부족하지 않을까라는
네.
의견들이 상당히 많았는데 지금까지는 행보가 꽤 괜찮거든요. 자, 앞으로 교차 선수가 봤을 때는 MVP 블랙이 더 강해질 거라
Do
생각하세요?
you think MVP Black will be
지금
stronger as the
선수들과
time goes
호흡에서?
on?
네, 더 익숙해지면은
Of course,
더
as the time
강해질 수 있을
goes.
것 같아요.
When we get
그렇죠.
used to
개인적으로 좀
the
정수에서
team a little more, I think we'll be better
교차
for sure.
선수의 그 지원가는요?
저는 일단 지원가라는 게 사실 캐리력을 좀 캐리력이 제일 떨어지기
As
때문에
a support,
할 수
that's
있는
of
부분이
course
뭔가 변수를 둘 수
has
있는
at least
오더나 뭐 뱀픽 이런 부분이고요. 근데
amount of
워낙
ability
원래
to
그런
actually carry the
부분에서는
game, but
정점을 찍었던 이 교차 선수기 때문에 지원가가 물론 적응이 지금
but not just
당장은 안
as a
되겠죠.
support,
그래서
he was the
조금
best
실수도 나고 그럴 수
Millie
있는데 그런
assassin.
부분만
So
보완한다면
I don't think
원탑을
Uther
부를
is
수
saying that
있는
he's
그런
not worried at all.
선수라고 생각을 합니다.
네. 그러면은
That
또
Kyocha
이번
changing his
시즌에
role into support and getting
거는
used to it.
클것 같고
네.
그리고 지금 유럽 선수들이 갚아줘야 될 게 많잖아요.
And you, of course, you have a lot to
맨날
revenge against the EU
가서
players.
때리기만 하던 디그니타스가
예.
저희한테 한 방
아니
먹였잖아요.
그러니까
And Dignitas,
그냥 거기서
we
이제
got shots
분노의
fired from
쌍검으로
them.
그냥 가고 이제 가서 한번 확실하게 박살내는.
Is it about time to go stomp the EU?
우리 몽이 한번 해주겠죠.
오늘 리치 선수 같은 경우에는 뭐
I'm pretty sure our
중간중간
team is going to
스페인을
do the
뿌리는
rest for
경우들이
us.
보이고 있어요. 그 부분에 있어서 거의 모든 걸 갖췄다라는 평가가 지금 나오고 있거든요. 실력적인 부분과 상대방의 도발하는 그런 부분까지.
Seems like the ratings on Rich right now. The
완전체라는
taunts has
얘기인데
been real. The
리치 선수의
mechanics has been real.
요즘 들어서 더 웃으면서 하는 일이 많은 것 같아요.
Especially
그냥
today, I
재밌게
think
하는 것
he's
같아요.
enjoying. He's having lots of fun.
그냥 잘 되고 있어요.
네,
So
잘
overall,
되고
it's working
그러면은
really great.
좀 아껴주고 사랑하는 이 수많은 팬분들 앞에서
네.
또 이제 한 말씀 해주신다면요.
이번 시즌 아직 반도 안 왔는데
We're not even half through the season.
힐러하는 데 있어서 부족함이 있어도
There'll be
좀
lots of
봐주시면 좋겠고
Lots of
많이 응원해주세요.
lacking points
네.
as a
다시
support
한번
now,
축하드리고
but
멋진
keep
모습
on rooting for us as I will
기대하겠습니다.
strive to
자,
improve later
이렇게
on.
인터뷰가 종료가 됐습니다. 오늘 경기
And
결과
that's the interview from Kyocha, the captain of the team. Now into support. It was a very, very quick one-sided series going to MVP Black.
Yeah, and it was a stomp, but it was an encouraging stomp, if that's even a word, for RRR, because they, again, showed flashes of brilliance. So, all in all, they will be a bit encouraged by some moments of their 3 games, whereas MVP Black will head into their game against Mighty tomorrow with massive amounts of confidence and having had lots of fun.
Yep, that's right. Also, we had a lot of fun. Thanks for filling in Rally tonight. And here's the standing for MVP Black now on top of the chart with 3-0-9-1. He only lost 1 single set against Blossom, which was very surprising. And guys, that was Chogao. That was Chogao. That's the power of Chogao. We want to see more.
I think we're definitely seeing a clear top 3 emerge. So the question is whether the 3 teams beneath the top 3 can overthrow one of them.
I think that will be the real challenge for the lower teams also. And here's a matchup for tomorrow. Match 1, MVP Black versus Mighty. This is going to be insane.
Massive showdown.
Yes. Match number 2, L5 versus Triple R. Once more, they will have a tough time against RRR. But match number 1, I know it's early, very early for the Western viewers to watch this, but this one definitely will be a crazy matchup for sure.
You do not want to miss that game, although I will be missing it.
You can also watch.
Yeah,
you're
I'll
also
watch
in the
from home.
chat.
Yeah, like
most of the times.
I'll be memeing in Twitch chat.
Yes,
but
that's exactly.
Seriously, yeah, like I'm so happy that I got to cast here today. Like my inexperience must have been apparent to a lot of you, but hopefully it didn't jar you too much, and hopefully my analysis was somewhat informative. And thank you so much for like accommodating for me.
Yeah, of course. You're welcome because I screamed a lot and I think I did a fine job.
Yeah, you did.
well, it was an enjoyable time for me to actually cast with you to rally, and tomorrow we'll be back on this chair and I'll be on that chair. So, but tomorrow, as we mentioned, Black versus Mighty. That will be a crazy match to watch as we were about to close. I don't know when Castle Park is going to close, but whenever he does, we have the sound in our ears. And is it about time? Maybe not. Well,
do that thing that Wolf does.
What?
I don't know.
The stare?
Like stare or
no.
that's
after the closing.
Okay.
But today seems like we're taking a longer time to close. But of course, it's also because of the Korean caster Uther coming in.
Definitely.
And also a rally. It was a very great time. Of course, your analysis and the tone, I think, it was very filling for me to be super exciting and hype. It was very good. And today's matches, what we got from out of both MVP teams, they are very strong. But Miracle right now seems to be having a little bit of trouble. But MVP Black seems dominant over all the Korean teams right now. But tomorrow should be a very, very hyped up good series against Black versus Mighty, as we said before. And now finally, there's music to our ears. We'll close right here, and after us, there's EU. But see you guys tomorrow at 6 p.m. KST. We'll be back. I'll be back with Wolf. And see you, Rally. Thanks for casting with us.